Greetings! Welcome to this cards video. I'm really glad you're here. I'm here to share some inspiration. My name is Belle. I'm really passionate about intuition. I love tarot and oracle cards and also using my intuition in different ways. Actually, it's really fun to meditate and quiet my mind and receive messages from my spirit guides or just from a very high, really cool, I guess you could say the higher self or something like that. I'm also getting into Akashic Records readings a little bit for myself. So I'm really excited to hopefully offer Akashic Records readings somewhere down the road, hopefully in just a couple months. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. So that's just some words about the intuition part. So today, the two card decks that I want to use for this reading for us are the White Sage Tarot, which is really beautiful, and I also want to use Everyday Tarot. So what I want to do is use 4 cards from each deck, so 4 cards and 4 cards, and then see kind of how they play off of each other, how will the Everyday Tarot mix and match with the White Sage Tarot? Is it a good mix and match, or does it not really work somehow? So let's see what happens. So I'm going to shuffle these tiny cards. I'm going to shuffle them quickly. Sometimes I do that, it's not a montage. Sometimes I do that sped up shuffling at the beginning of my videos, which is really fun. But I'm just doing it by hand today. Okay, I'm going to draw 4 cards. This is for everyone. This is for me. This is for you whenever you watch this. So it's all good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, there we go. That's the deck over here. I'm not going to do the bottom card today, the shadow card. Just not really drawn to that right now. Okay, now I open this little tin for the White Sage Tarot. I'm going to shuffle these. Need some music or something. Need to put some shuffle music in here. So I hope your day and your week and your month and your year and everything is going really well. It's interesting being on a spiritual path, just on your life path in general. There's so many nuances. There's so much fine-tuning you can do for your life. Last night I was thinking about this idea of the art of living well, and I was like, I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm sure there are multiple books on the art of living well. But it's so cool because I was thinking that's what life is about. It's about fine-tuning and feeling comfortable and realizing what works for you in your life and how do you want to live, and just really relishing that and really making all the elegant details of that work for you. And it's interesting because you have to be flexible still. You don't want it to be rigid, I have to have things a certain way in order to be happy. It's this gentle path more. So it's really interesting. It's fascinating to me in this really subtle way. I love the art of living well. It's just I should do a video just about that and kind of hash out more ideas about it. Okay, now let's draw these cards from White Sage Tarot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to set these aside. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know where to put them. Okay, I have no idea where to put this. You can tell my desk might be a little messy, right? Okay, now let's see what we got here. Okay. You can't see anything. I need another camera angle set up. You can see nothing. Okay. First card from Everyday Tarot is King of Cups. Okay, this has been coming up a lot recently. This was on Instagram in the White Sage Tarot the other day. Yeah, King of Cups. It was an otter with a crown on with a little cup of coffee in the water. It was so cute. King of Cups, feeling like you finally got a handle on your emotions. For bleep bleep's sake, oh my God, right? You're it's been an emotional whirlwind. And you're just so happy. It's like, it feels so good to finally have your own sense of your emotions, to not be like battered about like a ship in the wind based on everything that happens outside of you or anything like that. Like, just feeling much more comfortable with who you are and your own emotions. Oh, and then the next card we get is Death. Oh, so the Death card. It's like something sharp has happened. Like some kind of sharp transition where you thought things were one way and all of a sudden it's a different way. And you have to adjust. You have to adjust to something brand new. And it's, there's some pros and cons just in terms of the adjustment to something new. So you've got your emotions, and then you've got the Death card. Let's see what the next card is. Oh, Two of Cups came up. This came up on a Patreon reading earlier today. Two of Cups again. Okay, so don't worry about the Death card. It's a kind of a fierce card, but it's showing with the King of Cups and Two of Cups. It's showing that you have so much in your life. You have so much love. You have this ability to comfort yourself and to hold your emotional self in this really cool way. So this is beautiful. You have this ability to love and to be loved. That's really cool. And then the fourth card of Everyday Tarot is Five of Pentacles. So in the past, you felt left out in the cold. You didn't feel like you had that love. I can really relate to this reading. I don't know if you can relate to this too. There are times in my life when I faced really difficult transitions and I didn't feel the love. It was really tough. So I think there's a contrast here between feeling left out in the cold and feeling like it's too much of a harsh transition versus hopefully a more current feeling where you're feeling your emotional stability and you're feeling your sense of loving and being loved in a lot of different ways. Okay, so now we're going to switch to the 4 White Sage Tarot cards. And we're going to see, are these similar? Are they going to match up at all? Are they going to be complementary? Well, here we got the Empress. This fruitfulness, this ability to have this expanded sense of consciousness. But not just consciousness. It's like a real way, too. Like an expanded sense of like being social, just being happy, being outgoing if you'd like to be, or just expressing that in more of an inward way, like putting that into your art, putting that into your self-expression. It's even a little bit more personal. So this is already a different set of cards. You can kind of tell with the Empress card. So let's see what the next card is. The Fool. Aw, this little puppy. So some new beginnings happening. I'm really curious what the next card is. Five of Cups, like something not turning out well. Something falling down, like something broken. Okay, so what's the fourth card? Ten of Swords. Okay, so we've got the contrast in both of the sets of cards here. With the top cards, we have the contrast between emotional well-being and love and some type of harshness that was too much. And then the contrast of the White Sage Tarot is that we've got the Empress and the Fool, which are really nice. It's like it's this new beginning where you can express yourself and have this expanded sense of your life. But then it's like, well, are you going to be able to set aside your disappointment in order to enjoy this Empress energy? Because with the Five of Cups and Ten of Swords, we've got, again, we had this in Patreon earlier, with these cards we've got emotional and mental anguish. So it's interesting. It's like it's time to fully acknowledge your feelings and feel that sense of yourself that's really important. And you almost have like a choice here. Not to have a fake sense of positivity, but you have a choice about which direction to go in. I hear a siren outside. Do you want to create something new with this Empress energy? And that's the thing to do. You just have to leave this behind. So I'm going to make the choice for you, right? I said there were 2 choices. I'm like, wait a minute. Let's just do the good thing. So just, I don't know. It's like so interesting as a human being. There's so much we have to navigate, right? There's like, pause. As a human being, there's so much we have to navigate. We have like really good things in life, and then we have really, really challenging things that like shake us to our core. So the tarot is an expression of all of that and helps reflect that back to us in different ways so that we can grapple with it. So in terms of Five of Pentacles and Death versus Five of Cups and Ten of Swords. Yeah, I mean, we've got the fives there, which are like something, something like a challenge, like a kind of a, oh, now there's more sirens outside, sorry. But I don't know, I would say, so Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles, obviously you can see how that's that challenge point. And then Death and Ten of Swords, it's not exactly the same, but similar. So it is kind of interesting that we got that contrast in both of the sets of cards. I'm going in circles now. I think I've said everything I need to say about these cards, but I don't know. I think in some ways in life there's so much to do. There's so much extremes, but maybe it's our job to focus in a really cool way. Like we can't necessarily make everything completely pampered and nice. Sometimes we can, but we have to do the best we can with what we have. And if you're at a point where you can treat yourself really well and pamper yourself and have your sense of comfort, that's amazing. If you're at a point that it's more of a struggle right now, I think the cards are showing that up ahead it's going to get a lot better. So this is brilliant in terms of the tarot cards themselves. I'm really happy with the way, like I just said earlier, like the tarot shows different things that happen in life, like this human experience, the ups and the downs. So I don't know, if you feel like leaving a comment about which of the cards resonated with you in terms of the individual cards, you can if you'd like to. Because let me just go over them again real quick. We had King of Cups, Two of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and Death. So which of those stood out to you? And then we have Empress, Fool, Five of Cups, and Ten of Swords. So did any of those like strike you or resonate with you in a certain way? And do you have any other messages that you're kind of getting intuitively? Because there's like so much to work with here. So definitely I need to keep doing these readings and just keep grappling with these different things, because there's so much, like the Empress card, there's so much fruitful energy here and these fruitful ideas that we can grapple with that help us make sense of our lives. And that's really cool. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to get these decks, you can just get them on Amazon, of course. It's the Everyday Tarot and the White Sage Tarot. Both of them are really cool. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.